Welcome back. Today I am speaking to Mr. Julius Mwale, the Kenyan billionaire building a medical and technology city in Kenya. I interacted with him and he answered some of your questions from the previous video. Stay tuned in to find out, is Africa the future? What is the progress at the Mwale Medical and Technology City? And advice for the African youth. Are you a family man? Do you have a family?
Yes, I'm a family man. I have 5 children. My wife and I have 5 kids. We've been married for 17 years, and we work together. And we all have the same vision of transforming, our communities and lives.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Question number 3: why do you stay in the US and not in Kenya?
No, I go back and forth depending on what I'm needed to do. So I have over 5,000 people that work in my projects and companies, and I work from different areas. So I have areas where you are networking to bring in new partnerships, and if we need to be on the ground in Kenya, we then go on the ground in Kenya. We're able to meet people there. Yeah, but I have a full-fledged city being run by a board of supervisors. Yeah, that have a hospital with a CEO, Dr. Maurice Minyu. We have, the supermarkets, the mall, the power plant. They're all run from different departments by different people. Yeah, that presently run the city of over 5,800 employees that work within the city.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
The last time we were speaking, the hospital at MMTC was under construction. Is there any new progress?
Yes, now what we've done is that the hospital, the entire hospital building has been completed, and we are opening department by department. So right now we have maternity, we have surgery, and other departments like heart and renal that are being opened as we move forward. So cancer opened a long time ago, inpatient, outpatient. You have these other departments like urology, where we're doing dialysis. Yeah, those are already open. Emergency department with ambulances, and the community outreach department that goes to schools and to the community to be able to bring in, patients and educate people, register them, with NHIF. So most departments, are up and running. So we have 18 departments up and running, but by the end of next year, we're going to have 28 departments fully running.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So we have just come out of a pandemic. How was your business affected by the pandemic?
Yeah, so as a medical city, a pandemic was a blessing, to a medical city, because now people are looking for healthcare. Yeah, we got some waivers for VAT, to be able to bring in equipment, to be able to kind of accelerate, our development. So we, during the pandemic, we were able to build and complete our power plant, during the entire, pandemic. That's a solar power plant, and we are upgrading that solar power plant to 50 megawatts. So it's going to be one of the largest power plants we have, in Kenya. It's a solar power plant supplying power to the hospital and to the rest of the city.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
So when will the city be complete?
Yeah, the city will never be because if we look at the master plan that we came out, building initial infrastructure, because we have done 3,000 solar street lights on 150 kilometers of road with a 5,000 patient capacity hospital, malls, we have supermarkets, we have the golf course, we have the power plant, and then we're completing, now the airport. And then, of course, as any other city like Nairobi, it's continuing to expand as the economy expands. Yeah, so the initial focus that we focused on is already complete. Now we are doing, secondary expansion for the city, like getting more housing as more businesses come in and expand, building more factories, getting companies to come in and make the city their tech center, their research center, the innovation center for Africa. Yeah, and those ones are going to continue, for the next maybe century.
Well, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, Mr. Mwale is building Medical and Technology City, an incredible place in the middle of a village, which is just amazing. If you haven't watched the videos, make sure you go back and watch. I'll put the link in the description box. You will be blown away. It's incredible what he's doing.
Thank you.
And I really believe we need more people like you.
Thank you.
It's wow. So the most fascinating thing is that you're not just doing this in Kenya, you are doing it across Africa.
Yes.
What are some other African countries that you're in?
Yeah, so we're expanding the project all over the continent. So Kenyan project was a concept, a pilot, to scale that up to Africa. So 70% of people in Africa live in rural areas. So you have 30% that live in urban areas. So if you want to do a significant change of impact in Africa, about 1 billion people living in rural areas, you have to move development to rural areas if you want to grow Africa. And then of course create businesses like farming and do these medical and research cities and universities and build infrastructure and grow investment into these rural areas. And that's our lifelong mission. So in the next 50 years, that's what we're focused on all over the continent of Africa. Changing the way people live lives, upgrading the middle class, but keeping their culture and their traditions intact, so that we are not borrowing too much from outside Western world or the Eastern world. We have authentic Africa that is run, owned, and built by Africans like us, and that's why we are driving this movement to be able to go out. So we've opened up in projects up in Zambia, in Congo. We are doing batteries to be able to store power for our solar power plants for the cities, and we've gotten different places to build different cities across the continent of Africa, about 18 different locations to build cities by 2050. So we want to have 18 cities already built in Africa, like MMTC that we've built and completed in Kenya. We want to be able to do 18 of those all over Africa.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
I know you have one in Ghana, Congo,
yes, exactly.
Cameroon. That's just incredible.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you hear your country mentioned? Do you feel represented? Are you excited? I am. I am. It's amazing. So what is the final goal? Is there a day you sit down and feel like, okay, I have accomplished my goal?
Yeah, these projects we're doing are legacy projects. Yeah, so they're projects that will not be accomplished in our lifetime. So we're involving the next generation into these projects. So we want to move them to the next generation. So we'll be able to do our bit in the next, in the next 50 years. And then we'll basically let the next generation take the baton and then continue doing it. So we'll do 18 cities in our lifetime. I think, my children and their generation will be able to do more cities. And we think Africa is going to lead the world in development. And we're about 10 years behind China. So 10 years from now, we're going to be like Behemoth. Yeah, that the entire Western world and Eastern world is looking at. Because our business plan, our business model is to build Africa, not taking assets away. Build Africa using assets that are in Africa instead of taking those assets away to the Western countries or Eastern countries and then, not creating jobs. So our main focus, if you want to transform people's lives, create jobs. And as an industrial entrepreneur for more than 20 years, my basically business track record has been creating jobs, and that's what I'm focused on. And we want to create millions and millions of jobs in the next 25 years, before 2050.
I love how you're talking about using African resources to create job opportunities in Africa.
Yeah.
Do you believe that Africa is the future?
Yes, I do believe, and that's why we've invested in our city over $2 billion and bringing people, from all over the world to be focused there. Yeah, I would have made money investing in America, where I've spent a lot of time. Yeah, but Africa, as you're investing, it's more of an impact approach, in business. So you want to have a bigger impact by making this investment and doing the investment in Africa. And that's why I believe in the continent, I believe in Africa, and I'm very glad that, we are the pioneers leading this movement of, creating jobs, changing, lives of people, and then, being able to transform, the continent, within the next decades.
Having said that, where do you think Africa goes wrong, because you have so many resources, there's so much we can do, yet we do so little.
Yeah, so what has happened in Africa, in the previous centuries is that, most governments usually worked onto a raw material based export regime. So you are taking the raw materials from Africa and exporting abroad. Yeah, but the new regimes, when I say regimes, I mean policies that are created in place. Yeah, they are targeting, empowering the locals in Africa. Empower the bases, let them be the tax base, let them raise money, and let them be able to basically develop their own continent. So empowering people, empowering both men and women. Yeah, this is what is going to basically define the future of Africa.
Oh, that's incredible. Talking about young men and women, what advice do you have for the African youth?
Yeah, African youth, try to have a vision in life. Try to say, hey, I want to live my life as a legacy. And when you are beginning with that end in mind, it's a lot easier for you to be able to deal with the obstacles that you run through every day. Yeah, the struggles that many people have every day, struggling, to be able to pay fees, struggling, to be able to even get food, on the table. Yeah, long-term vision, gives you hope and, focus to be able to achieve, a better and sustainable future.
Okay. As an African investing in Africa, do you feel like you're getting the support that you need?
Yes, I'll say, for example, in Mwale City in Kenya, we had the entire community became partners into the city, and that's what you need. You need the support of the community, and then of course the local officials and government usually follow the community. So if you're doing something that is helpful to the community, then even the government and everyone else, even international partners, will come in if it is, a project of the community.
What you're doing is so big. Like, I wonder what drives you, what makes you want to do this?
Yeah. So every generation. So in our generation, we have our goals and missions to be able to fulfill. So our forefathers fought for freedom and independence, and then we were born after independence, and so we were supposed to be the generation that takes Africa to the next level. Builds Africa and creates jobs for ourselves, and create sustainable future middle class that will be able to basically sustain the future generation, so that when they are thinking back to the forefathers, meaning us, we'll have laid a foundation that will be able to secure the entire continent for legacies and legacies.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
That's so incredible. Is there something people do not know about the project that you want them to know?
Yes, so the project is targeted, for example, the hospital. The misconception is that people think it's built for the wealthy. Yeah, but it's not built for the wealthy. Yeah, so it's built for the average, middle class person. So it's built for people in the village. If you have NHI, for example, and you came to a hospital, and you come from Kakamega County, which has 2 million people, you get treated for free, meaning that you get treated without paying any co-payment charges. Yeah, so anybody that lives within the area, or lives within Kenya, can come there and be able to get, their treatment. Specifically, if you have NHIF, especially that way, you will be able to be treated, without incurring, extra costs.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's so amazing. So what next?
Yeah, so what next is expanding now this project to be able to start creating, some kind of a hub for entrepreneurs, women and children to be able to come in and use the opportunities, tap into the networks, and then get it to spread and get it to go viral into other communities around Kenya and all over Africa. So this is a melting point for ideas, the resources, and then for intellect. And we're bringing the communities now, people like you, to come in and be able to help now spread the word to the community and get them to be involved and benefit from our networks, our resources, and then help carry the country.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Guys, that is Kenyan billionaire Mr. Julius Mwale. I hope you have enjoyed. Drop a comment, let me know what you think and what else you'd like to know about him and the Mwale project, MMTC. Thank you so much for watching. I am blown away. If Mr. Mwale, a Kenyan village boy from Kakamega County, who used to walk to school barefoot, can make it this big, then absolutely nothing is impossible. So go out there, chase your dreams, dream big, because if Mr. Mwale can do it, so can you.